Welcome back to another video. This is going to be another figure drawing video. Obviously you can actually see the pictures on the side, but yeah, I actually remembered to use my Logitech thing so that I could actually show you what I was drawing this time. I don't remember every time because I'm so used to when I go to record on my computer I just use OBS. So yeah, but I remembered and went ahead and did this. I had so many false starts trying to make a video for this week, and it was starting to stress me out a little bit because it just felt like I couldn't do it. I wasn't going to be able to make one. And I know, again, I've said it a billion times, it's just mental stuff. I'm doing it to myself. A lot of, people being at the house and you don't feel like you have time, and then you're taking care of a dog, and then something else comes up and you're leaving, then you still want to make time for friends you don't get to see very often, and yeah, it's a whole thing, but it's fine. I just went ahead and decided I'd do the safe thing, which is do figure drawing. And it's not like it's the best thing in the whole world for me, but I tried to do it anyway. And I think it turned out fine. I was trying to be a little bit more gestural, which unfortunately for me in this moment just meant being a bit messier. Which is okay. I wasn't really feeling the drawing as much. I did try in quite a few of them to get that kind of feeling into them, but not gonna say that I was entirely successful every single time. Which is fine. I mean, it's gonna be like that. I was just glad that I actually had something. In fact, I actually recorded twice on that day and came up with another one too, and even though maybe it's not a super winner, I still have it and a time-lapse of the D&D ducks that I made for some friends in Canada. So I will have some stuff if I can't come up with anything else before the end of the year, which is nice. It's nice to have backup plan. I'll still have to do the voiceover, which does get a little bit rough sometimes, just with people showing up at random and you never know when they're gonna be there. So yeah, I mean, I could always just leave and go do it somewhere else, but I mostly do stuff on my desktop now, so I don't have it on something that's easily accessible and easy to move all the time. But yeah, I liked this pose. I liked that I kind of got that feeling of her chest moving up as she was like running forward. I really liked that, so I was glad about it. I did make her head a bit small, but I always do that because as I actually draw features, I expand it little by little. So whenever I'm doing gestures, the head either is a bit small or a bit big, depending on which part I'm focused on. So if I'm focused on the body, then the head's going to be small, and if I'm focused on the head, then the body's going to look small because I'm thinking about when I draw clothes over it, it's gonna look bigger than it is, and blah blah blah. Stuff that I've just learned about myself, so I compensate in the sketch. This one didn't turn out super great. I don't think I was quite ready for any sort of foreshortening. I usually draw like a fairly simple grid, and I didn't do that. So, I mean, it's not number one, but it's okay. I know where I went wrong, and that's kind of more important to me. More valuable, because I know that if I was going to draw it again, I could learn from that mistake and do a better job. Which is the whole point. The whole point of the practice. Do you need to work on my back anatomy again? It comes and goes. The knowledge of it comes and goes. But yeah, I was just fussing with that a little too long. I don't know why. It's kind of nice that you can actually see me scrolling. I usually just cut out the time that I spend scrolling because you're not seeing me do it. I had a little chuckle to myself about how round this man's butt is. I know part of it is that he's tightening that supporting leg. But yeah, and then I made his arm a bit short. Which was me just trying to be fast and not paying attention, because I think this is sped up roughly 2 times speed. I think. I've been in a really bad habit of scribbling really, really fast instead of getting done what I need to get done and thinking things through again. Which I think is just part of my brain right now. I was looking the other day and I realized I have almost read 40 books this year, so that's pretty cool. Honestly, if I hadn't had some things to do the last few days, I probably would have finished a couple more books, because I was getting really bad where I was finishing maybe a book in a quarter or so a day, just, when I would stop to do some steps or something. This body I made too long. I don't know what I was thinking. I could see that I was doing it wrong, and I still went too long. But it's not horrible. You start thinking this is something that you could very easily fix if you drew back over the top of it, so it's fine. I'll have to go back to working on my line economy and also just my gestures in general. Sorry for the stop-start speech. I'm just trying to take a minute to think, but I'm very, very tired. Very sleepy, and it's nice and cloudy right now, so it's a good time to be sleepy. I considered drawing the dude throwing that stick, but I then decided I really liked the concave pose of the sky. And actually I'd been having some issue pushing the body into a C-curve from the front to 3/4 perspective. So it was kind of perfect, and I figured it would give me some help on that front. Although I tend to draw really muscular legs unless I'm just doing a rough skeleton, I guess. So yeah, it was kind of weird. It was kind of difficult for me to figure it out mentally, because I have some shorthands for muscles that I like to use, and so I was having to pay really close attention to the thinness of his legs. And then I just try to get roughly where the feet bones are going to be. And then I wanted to make what the hands were doing a little bit more clear. I was fine with not drawing it completely, but just enough that I knew what was going on. And just very roughly indicating that they have abs. Another thing that I've said for a long time I needed to work on, but I really should draw the faces in more whenever I'm doing figure drawing. They're never my main thing, but I just think that it's something that you should focus on every now and again, drawing the entirety of the body. And I'm just trying to push this a little bit. You can see me getting too scratchy, and then I try to fix it. Especially because what I was doing was not giving me the lean that the legs had to make up for how the body was bent. So there's no compensation for the shift of the weight. And I don't know, I didn't want to draw him holding onto his leg. It looks fine, but I just didn't want to draw it like that. So I just let his hand hang. You could see I was thinking about changing it to the picture, or to the way that it was in the picture, but I decided not to. That was me telling myself I should have curved that a bit more. And then I don't quite go clean enough on this one. In my opinion, I was trying to do what I did on the other one, where I was simplifying it a little bit on certain parts. And it started out fine, and then I just overthought it a little bit. So that's on me. I need to work on that and get my brain going again. Because I definitely have some like auto things in drawing. And then I have stuff that it's definitely very brain heavy stuff. And I was still trying to be quick. Because I was still hoping that I would get another little bit of drawing in, a little bit more recording time. So I'm pretty sure this is the last figure that I draw on here. But I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for that, by the way. I hope you have a good day or night, and bye.